Thank you so much, Michelle, for joining me today on Poppy and Vine's Meet the Maker. It's so great to have you with me today. I'm going to officially turn it over to you to introduce yourself and your company.
Thank you, Lindsay. It's just wonderful to be here. Honored to chat with you. I love your Meet the Maker series. Been following it for, gosh, I don't know when you started it, probably last year or so, but
yeah, just about.
Just last year. Okay, great. I think it's wonderful. It's a wonderful way to go behind the scenes and really meet the makers and what's going on. And I've learned about so many wonderful companies through your series. So thank you. And I'm honored.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm Michelle, and I own Belle Vie Tours, means the good life. And we started our journey into the wine tour business in 2017, really by complete accident. Had no intention of going into the wine business, but it all happened on the soccer field. My son was playing soccer, and he said, "Hey mom, there's a dad over there that started a wine tour business, and he thinks you should take your Sprinter van out on the road." And I thought, what?
How fun.
That's an interesting idea. And we had lived here in Sonoma for about close to 10 years at the time. And I've lived in Sonoma County for over 20. Mm-hmm. Absolutely love this valley and everything it offers, and the ability to go wine tasting and to the beach and to San Francisco all in one day. And I grew up in San Francisco, so not too far. And so I'm a true California girl. And I thought, yeah, let's show off where we live. And just started really slowly. It was really a side hustle when we started our business. And that was back in 2017. I was actually working at the time for the local education foundation here in Sonoma Valley.
Okay.
And I was raising money for the public schools, and doing that by getting sponsors for their biggest fundraiser of the year, which is called the Red and White Ball.
So I'm familiar with that. It normally happens on the square, right?
Yes, it happens on the square. It's 1,000 people usually. It's late August or so. It's a huge party, and everyone wears their red and white vest. And I was just honored to be asked to help raise money for the schools that my kids go to, and really get to know the teachers and the companies and the businesses that support our schools here in our valley. So that kind of started connections with wineries for me, because I was asking them to donate wine to the Red and White Ball. And so it started making some connections. And so then when we were asked to kind of think about doing a wine tour business, it all kind of clicked. It just, it just all kind of fell in place. So we started out really small, and just had one Sprinter van, and my husband and I were driving and just having a blast. And then we ended up getting another Sprinter van, and decided to kind of deck it out a little bit more with some features for wine tours, which was extra cup holders, rear air conditioning, things like that. Right. Originally, we bought the van as a vehicle to just go on vacation in, and we love it. It's a super fun vacation van, but also it's great for wine tours. So that's our vehicle we're using right now. And we've cut back this year with just everything that's happened. It's been so up and down, but we've been doing the Sprinter van, and it works out great because we're taking groups of maybe 2 or 4, and they've plenty of room to really spread out. So it's nice.
That's great. Yeah. And now I'm sure one of the things you do focus on is the vegan, organic, biodynamic wines of the area. Is that correct?
I have some for you to show.
Oh, great.
Yay. I'll tell you a little bit more about those. So yes, I, in this journey of starting our wine tour business, actually went vegan in 2018, January 2018. I decided to do a challenge called Veganuary, which is just going vegan for the month of January. And my daughter was already vegan, and I thought I could try it for a month. And honestly, I've had nothing but amazing health benefits from doing that. So just stuck with it. And here we are. I'm going on 3 years in January.
That's exciting. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, it was through that I learned that not all wine was vegan.
Well, that's actually the point I was just going to make. I think so many people kind of just have the general assumption that wine is vegan because you think, why wouldn't it be? But then when you
this bottle
actually like dig into it, you're like, oh no, it's definitely not.
Yeah, and I didn't know that. I actually met with someone after I started the Wine for Business that told me that, and I thought, oh my gosh, not everybody knows that, and I certainly didn't. So then I started out kind of asking some of the wineries we were already taking our guests to, like, is your wine vegan? Like, do you even know what that means? And they were like, yeah. And it turned out a few of the wineries we were already going to said, oh yeah, we don't put any animal products through the fining process, which is the process that actually, it's not that there's any actual anything but the grapes in the bottle, obviously, right, but it's the fining process. So when they want to clarify the wine and make it really clear, they will use things like isinglass or egg whites or gelatin to fine the wine and make it really clear in your glass. So obviously there's traces of that left in the bottle. And so I started talking to the wineries we were already working with, and a lot of them were already using other ways. Yeah, other products. So there's activated charcoal, there's bentonite clay, there's not doing anything at all. There's just letting the wine kind of settle on its own.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So
very natural movement.
Exactly. And that also went hand in hand with the type of wineries we wanted to take our guests to anyway. And so we kind of steer away from the bigger wineries. We like the boutique, smaller winery, and really found that there's a craft and there's a process. And they were already really glued into the whole process about not adding anything to their wines. So yeah, a lot of them do natural fermentation, and they use natural yeast. They don't fine or filter. So that's been really educating for me. And then I love sharing that with our guests. So one of our tours is a farm sanctuary and vegan wine tour.
Fun.
And it's really fun. It all started because I started volunteering at a local farm sanctuary called Charlie's Acres, and it's here in Sonoma. And they started out with, I believe, 21 animals when I started there. Now they have 140 rescued animals.
Really? That's amazing.
Amazing. Have you been out there?
I haven't had an opportunity to make it out there yet.
Right.
I meant to get out there last year, but 2019 was a challenging year for me just kind of personally. And so I never really made it, unfortunately. And now this year has been what it is. So it's definitely high on the list because it looks lovely.
Oh, it's wonderful. So my daughter and my son and I have all been volunteering there for about 3 years now, and really have just kind of seen animals that have come in from pretty devastating circumstances. And the process of them warming back up to humans and trusting us again, and it just changes your life. I mean, So after I started volunteering there, we thought, maybe we should bring some wine guests here first and have them have a tour of the sanctuary. And sure enough, that's what we do. So we start you there in the morning at 10 o'clock for a tour, and we end up doing about an hour and a half there, and you really get to interact with so many animals. We meet Petunia the pig, Benny and Honey the cows. You feed them hay. You meet the goats. You meet the chickens and turkeys and ducks. I mean, you really get to know so many animals, and it's a pleasure to take people there because they want to experience that, and they want to have, some of them, it's the first time they've ever been to a sanctuary.
Wow. Yeah, I do really like the that people want to see more than just wine, so to speak, and that there is so much to offer here in Sonoma County and in the Valley. There's so much going on, and it's not just wine related. So I think that that's great that you're able to integrate that into an experience.
Yeah, that's a tour that really we've kept going this whole year. We did stop it for just a little while when we had to have that mandatory shutdown, but then the minute Charlie's Acres was able to take private tours again, we reopened it. And we've seen people come from as far as Panama to take our farms.
Great.
Yeah, and then after we go to Charlie's Acres, we take them to 2 vegan-friendly wineries. One of them, just for example, is Schurmeister. Do you know them up in Glen Ellen?
I'm not familiar with them.
Yeah,
I
Laura.
will be completely honest. I am not very familiar with the vegan wine industry.
Oh, yeah.
It's just not something I've never paid a lot of close attention to. And then I feel like as the natural wine movement has really kind of upticked in the last couple of years, I see more and more of it. But not being a vegan, it hasn't been something I've sought out. So I'm not as familiar with it.
Yeah. So a few of the wineries that we go to in Sonoma Valley just happen to be smaller, more boutique style wineries. And one of them is Schurmeister, which is up in the Jack London Village.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, they have Laura and Rob Schurmeister run the winery, and they offer all of their wines are vegan. So they don't use any animal products in any of them. And they have a beautiful rosé, Chardonnay, Syrah, Pinots, and they do a really nice tasting for our guests. And usually Rob, the winemaker, comes out and talks to them and explains how he made his wine and what was his process. And I find that really to be a special experience, especially when you have people that have never gone wine tasting before. It kind of sets the bar a little high.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and then we also love, we have about a handful that we just kind of rotate through. We go to Blue Farm Wines here in Sonoma Valley. They have some beautiful wines. We also go to Three Sticks. Which is
nice. Yeah, I'm familiar with Three Sticks. I had no idea.
Yeah, they have vegan wines. Not every single wine is vegan of theirs, but I would say 90% of them are. And if we let them know our vegan guests are coming, they will only serve them those wines that are vegan.
Oh, that's really lovely.
Yeah, they're very aware of the process. And actually their cheese plate, they were offering some Yoko's, cashew cheese, and a few other options. So you're not missing out on your cheese plate either when you go.
Good. That's great. And there's so many great local alternatives now for even, your cheese platter that really, kind of hits those traditional flavors and marks and texturally and everything. It's really great, the products that are out these days.
Products, I know, like Iona, who was at Renegade Foods, who was at the Distillery Festival. Oh my gosh, her charcuterie is amazing.
I love her charcuterie. It is, you would never know. You just really wouldn't.
You don't even have to tell anybody it's not.
No, you don't. I agree.
Yeah. So, so we do also do a box lunch for our guests, and that's all included in our farm sanctuary and wine tour. And we work with a local caterer out of Napa right now, but we're actually looking at a couple other options here in Sonoma about with some vegan grazing kind of boxes. And yeah, so that's our day. It's usually 10 to 4-ish. And we kind of
a great day.
It's a great day. It leaves you time to go to dinner after, or we can drop you off in the Sonoma Plaza where you can walk around, and we give you a whole list of vegan options that you can have while you're visiting here. And we find people that are looking for dinner or other vegan wineries that we can go to. So I created on our website a whole list of vegan options in Sonoma Valley.
Oh, great.
So we can go there, yeah.
Perfect. And so in addition to the vegan tour that you have, so if anyone wanted to book a tour with you, they would just go to your website, and then you have a variety of different tour options. Can you also create your own? How does that?
Yeah. Yeah, we still do that. We love creating your own, especially we have a lot of guests that come out and they have maybe a winery that they're a member at. So they want to really hit that one, but then they maybe want to do, 2 others and they don't know where to go. So we love creating just perfect days for people and incorporate lunch and offer pick up at their hotel and things like that. So yeah, we definitely do I would call regular wine tours, but
Yeah, regular.
regular.
So you mentioned that you started in 2017, and I mean, that was a pretty, a big year is the wrong word, but you know, that was a pivotal moment in Sonoma County in 2017 with the Tubbs fire. And I know it's been, you know, some challenges since then.
Wow. What timing?
Yeah, with timing. So I guess, I mean, it also has probably provided you a fair amount of learning experiences and learning curves, but, you know, just in the overall last couple of years since launching and, you know, really seeing tourism in the Valley, you know, what are the feedback that you receive from guests, you know, or about visiting and coming back and concerns? You know, I mean, I feel like so many people think with the fires that it's like wiped out everything, and trying to, you know, educate and encourage people to know that's not the case. I'm just curious to know what you've seen from visitors over the years since launching. And
yeah, we definitely get questions about, are we open? How, you know, are the wineries open? So we just try and not give people the impression that the entire valley is closed, because we never really have in 2017, 2018, 2019.
mm-hmm.
And Sonoma Valley is still here, and there's so many wonderful businesses here that need our support. So we just try to work as much as we can with the local wineries, and I just felt like continuing our wine tours brought them business. So we don't pay for your wine tastings on our tour. We let our guests pay, because we really like them to either purchase wine to take home. It gives you a memory of that day, or even join the wine club and come back and enjoy Sonoma Valley wines when you're at home, and also have a reason to come back and visit. So
Yeah,
something that, yeah, we always encourage people to you try different regions. We can take them to Healdsburg, we can take them to Napa, we can take them to Sonoma Valley. There's always something new to do. And even through all these years of things closing, it seems like there's always something opening.
new opening. Yeah, I agree that, yeah, I mean, it's been obviously some challenging years across the board for a variety of different organizations, restaurants, wineries, you name it. But I think it also has continued to lend new opportunities to others. And so, I mean, it is a double-edged sword sometimes, but it's also been great to see, you know, that rebirth, so to speak, the pop up throughout the valley, and it's and throughout Sonoma County. It's really great, and I love that, you know, people are jumping in and taking that risk. I mean, most of the time it is that side hustle, that side project, and it eventually morphs into a full-time gig. But people are really creating amazing things here. Yeah, I agree.
We work with a couple food tour businesses that are, we always recommend, you know, if you're going to take a wine tour one day, why not do a food tour the next day? And a local friend, Mia, that owns Sonoma Food Tours, which is a walking food tour in the Sonoma Plaza, she's completely shifted and started doing these amazing boxes where people can ship them to their family and friends all over the country. And it's a great gift. And now she's tying it in with a couple wineries, and they're doing little accompaniment to their wine club shipments. So
that's great.
Yeah, it's been a great way for her to pivot, and I love the creativity that's come out of, especially this year. I feel like people have really just thought of amazing things.
Yeah, I agree. It's been really fun to watch people's creativity evolve over this year. Again, unfortunately kind of forced, but still the fact that, you know, it just kind of reinforces like that drive and that desire, and, you know, that want to be able to create and share. And I think that that's great.
Yep. We have a beautiful valley here, so showing it off is so easy. And it just, people are always blown away by how beautiful it is here. So that makes my job easy.
I think that's a great point. So one more time, tell us your website. So if anyone wanted to go and book a tour with you, where can they find you?
Absolutely. So La Belle Vie Tours, which means the good life in French. And we have a little French connection. My husband's family lives in France. So we love all things French, and we just thought we would incorporate that into our business name. You never know, we may be doing tours in France someday.
Yeah.
We're open to it.
There you go. I love it. Why not?
Hop across the country. So you can find us at La Belle Vie Tours. We're on all the social channels. Facebook and Instagram is my favorite. And we love promoting other businesses and other wineries, and especially Charlie's Acres, our partner. And also every tour that you book with us for the Farm Sanctuary and Vegan Wine Tour, a donation goes back to.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah,
Really
you're really helping.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Michelle, for joining me today. It was great to have you on. I love chatting with you, and I look forward to taking a tour one day soon.
I would love that. You would definitely be a wonderful day with you would be great. So when we can do that, definitely let's do it.
Yes, we will.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Michelle. Talk to you real soon.
All right.
Bye.